What is up, people in the interwebs? Hope you're having a great day. We are back with some more spooky videos, and today I'm going to do something a little bit interesting I found a few hours ago, and I thought this had to be a spooky video, and it's really interesting. And today we're going to talk about the glitches in the Matrix. So let's put on the spooky atmosphere and begin. So first things first, what is a glitch in the Matrix? Well, a glitch in the Matrix is something similar to deja vu, something you can't explain, or something even odd that happens and you just quite can't put your finger on it. And this is what this video is all about, as some people have experiencing what the term had been coined as a glitch in the Matrix, like the film The Matrix, where if you haven't seen the film The Matrix, it's basically about the reality we know and love isn't what we know to believe. We are actually kind of linked up to machines and be given a kind of artificial reality of the world we are in now. And a few things people have experiencing could be a glitch in the reality we know and love, and in matter of fact we are chained to a machine. Or it can be another term of something like The Sims, where we are the Sims and someone else is controlling the very world we live in. So let's dive into these stories that are showing a glitch in the Matrix. So our first kind of story showing evidence for the glitch in the Matrix is the cliff. There was these three boys on a field trip to the Grand Canyon. The boys was being pretty stupid as he kind of went over the edge of the cliff and hanging down and pretending that he was falling, and obviously the worst happened. He lost his footing and fell from the cliff. The other two boys, watching him kind of muck about and pretending he was falling, completely went into panic mode. They quickly ran to the edge of the cliff to see if they could see where his body had fell, and the second they pierced over the cliff to see where his body was, they couldn't see it. His body had completely vanished. And even more spookier, when they're panicking for where the body had fell, all of a sudden they heard a familiar voice behind them saying, "What's up guys, what are you doing?" And the two boys completely turned around and they saw that their friend who fell off the cliff was back on the same level as them, and he was completely safe and intact. The two boys were freaking out, telling the other boy what had just happened to him. And even now that boy is still freaked out. He can't remember that he fell from this cliff and returned back to the other boys. But even to this day, it still spooks all three of them out. So that's the kind of first evidence showing a glitch in the Matrix. Moving on to number two is the coma. So one day, a father got into a car crash and he was in a coma for 2 weeks. At this time, his child was 7 years old, and the child remembered when him and his mum was in the house by themselves whilst the father was in a coma. He remembers seeing glimpses of his father feeling lost and confused in the house. Every time this happened to the young boy, he would quickly go run to his mother and tell him what he just saw. However, the mother would always dismiss it as an overactive imagination. Obviously, the time the father woke up from the coma, the young boy told his father exactly what happened. The second the young boy told his father this, he asked his young boy to leave the room for a few moments so him and their mother could have a chat. Obviously, in that moment, the young boy didn't quite realise what was going on and just dismissed it and completely forgot about the whole situation, until the second he turned 18, the father sat him down and told him what really happened on the day he woke up from the coma. Since the father actually remembered having those events of him appearing in the house, wandering around, feeling lost and confused and wondering where everyone was. He even remembered seeing his son at the time staring back at him and completely running away to tell his mother the whole situation. And the reason why the father waited so long to tell him was at that time when he was 7, he didn't want to tell him that he remembered to completely freak him out. Even now they both feel quite freaked out from the situation. So there's another story giving evidence to a potential glitch in the Matrix. And moving to the final one, if any of my tales give kind of the most creepiest evidence, it's probably this one. So one day a man was walking home and he decided to take a different street home from work than his usual route, just to feel a bit spontaneous and live in the moment kind of thing. As he went down this unusual street that he'd never been before, all of a sudden he felt really dizzy and nauseous, and he didn't really feel quite with himself. He felt a kind of out of body experience and then everything just went black. The second he kind of woke up, he just remembered these 3 guys in suits staring straight back at him. He just remembered 3 guys in suits just staring straight at him, and the second the guys in suits realised that he could see them, they all went into panic mode. One guy darted off and switched some kind of button, and then everything just went black. The second it went black and he came to, he then realised he was back on his normal street. He still felt dizzy, nauseous, and felt sick for the rest of the day. And the strangest thing, when the glitch was sorting itself out, he just remembered kind of floating there and feeling that the guys in suits was watching him like an animal in a cage. And even to this day he still feels very spooked out from the whole incident. But there you guys have it. Let's remove the spooky atmosphere. And there were 3 stories giving evidence to the reality we know and love may not be what we actually believe it to be, and that this whole world we could be living is similar to the Matrix. But anyway, there you guys have it. If you have any other ideas of what spooky stuff you want to see for the rest of the month, as we've only got a few days left guys, so if you want a video done before we reach Halloween, let me know, or it's going to have to wait till next year. But anyway guys, keep being awesome, keep being spooky, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!